It's 2023. You know what that means? Another year has gone by where you haven't started meal planning. Wow, that is so negative. This is a positive channel. And I am positive that you still have yet to start meal planning. Or maybe you have started, but you're slower than your husband looking for the ketchup bottle. You just don't seem to get anywhere. You spend forever staring at a blank piece of paper, and then you order a pizza. But hey, don't worry, you can do it. And you can do it in under 30 minutes if you follow my 3 steps to successful meal planning. I've been meal planning for 3 years now, and my system has carried me through time and time again. So let's get into it. The first step is to create a master list of meals that your whole family enjoys, and you're gonna refer back to this list every time you sit down to meal plan. But we're gonna take it a step further and split all of these meals into 3 different sections to help you stay focused when you're creating your weekly plans. The first section will be simple meals. These are meals for the nights that you have Zumba or your kid's soccer game where you really don't have much time to cook. Ideas for this list may be a build your own baked potato night, a stir fry made with frozen vegetables over rice. You can even plan for a frozen pizza. Just because you're meal planning doesn't mean that every meal has to be something cooked with your own 2 hands. Life can get a little crazy, and sometimes to achieve success in something, we need to lower our standards and plan for the easiest option possible. And that's okay. And sometimes I like to pretend I have a soft fuzzy nose, and that's okay too. All right, let's move on to the next section, which will be your time-consuming meals. These are for the nights where you don't have anywhere to go and plenty of time on your hands to cook a nice meal for your family. So these would be meals like stuffed peppers, lasagna, curry, maple bacon Brussels sprouts, which are delicious by the way. And lastly, you will create a section for your leftovers. This is a list of meals that you can make out of your leftovers. So think of things like tacos, soups, sandwiches, chili. There are so many things you can do so that those leftovers get eaten. And after you finish categorizing your meals, you'll have a handy list to always refer back to every time you plan your meals. And this should certainly speed up the process. But you might be saying, well, I can't even think of more than 3 meals that my family can agree on. So I'm just gonna spend forever trying to come up with things to put on the list. Yes, I've been there. And that brings me to step number 2. Try something new twice a month, if not every week. You can't skip this one. This is important for your long-term success. If your list stays at only 3 to 5 meal options, then you're gonna get bored very fast. I would know. When I started meal planning, we had mango chicken curry like 12 weeks in a row. You wanna know what I never eat anymore? Mango chicken curry. I served it so much that we were all sick of it. And still are. You need variety, and if you want a meal plan in under 30 minutes, then you're gonna need a long list to refer back to so that you can pick out meals without even having to think about it. But the only way to make this list long is to try new meals so that you can find your future family favorites. Yeah, there's gonna be meals that your family hates. That's a part of the process. So then don't make it again and get right back on Pinterest the next week to find another new meal to try. 70% of the meals that we try don't make the list. But that 30% that does are meals that we love and return to regularly. I've been making pumpkin chili 1 to 2 times a month for 2 years now. All because 2 years ago, I decided to try something new. So keep trying new meals, grow your list, and your future self will thank you for the time it's going to save you. Remember, when you first start meal planning, you're gonna be slow. My first meal plan took me like 4 hours, no joke. But the more you do it, the faster you'll get, and you'll be a meal planning pro in no time. Okay, I'm gonna move on to my last step. But make sure to stick around after where I will share 3 quick tips on how to keep your meal plan organized so that you might actually stick with it. So my last step is to cook in bulk and then make your leftovers into new meals. I used to plan for us to eat the same meal for 3 days, but guess what happened? It didn't get eaten. Leftovers just sat in the fridge for days on end, and then I'd be throwing out full containers of food. So I learned I gotta make use of these leftovers. Is it more work this way? No, because you're not cooking a brand new meal every day. You've already got half the work done, you're just gonna throw it into another meal. So I like to plan to make each meal to last 3 days. This will give you a template to go by when you're meal planning. Here's what this may look like. Monday, sweet and chili chicken tenders with broccoli and salt potatoes. Tuesday, KFC copycat bowl made with the leftovers. Mash the potatoes, cut up the chicken, but set some aside for Wednesday, and throw in some broccoli, cheese, and gravy. And then on Wednesday, Take the leftover chicken and make chicken wraps with a side of mashed potatoes. As you see, this will require you to cook in bulk. The first night is the most work, but the next 2 nights are significantly less work, and your family will enjoy it because it's something new. Here's an example for a vegetarian. Thursday, vegetable stir-fry over rice. Friday, omelet with the leftover stir-fry veggies, served with toast. And Saturday, Spanish rice and beans with veggies. So why will this speed up your meal planning process? Because then you can know exactly what to plan for. You don't have to scramble around to figure out how to organize your meal plan. You have a template to go by. Yes, an actual template because I made you one for free. Check the description and take advantage of it. If you follow these 3 steps, then in a couple months from now, you'll be completing your meal plans in under 30 minutes. But patience is key. Anything worth achieving takes time. You're not going to be a speedy meal planner overnight. So take the time to figure out what your family loves by growing your list and mastering your cooking skills, which will happen naturally. I used to burn everything. Not anymore.
Meanwhile, at Ariel's home last Friday...
So I did mention that I would give you some bonus tips to increase the chances that you might actually stick with this. So here you go. Number 1, grab a picture frame, print off my meal planning templates below, and put it in a frame on your kitchen wall where you will see it every day. Then you can use dry erase markers to write out your plans each week where you will never forget what you're supposed to be cooking that night. And no one is ever allowed to ask you, "What's for dinner?" again. You hear me?
Huh?
Tip number 2, dedicate 1 day to meal plan each week, preferably the day before you go grocery shopping. For me, that's Sundays at 8 p.m. after I put the kids to bed. I tell my husband that he's on kid duty because this is my time to meal plan. You hear me?
What?
If you schedule it into your calendar each week, treating it like an appointment, then you'll be more likely to succeed. And tip number 3, which many of you already know, but it's important, so I'm going to mention it again. Take inventory of what's in your pantry before you make a grocery list so that you're not buying another tomato sauce when you already have 10. If you have too much food in your pantry, then you're gonna feel overwhelmed and it may deter you from wanting to cook. So work through all of those duplicate foods and try to start cooking what's already in your cabinet before you buy new foods. Click here if you'd like to check out an example of what it looks like not only to meal plan, but to cook the meals that you've planned. Meal plan and cook with me right here. I'll see you soon.